Good morning and Happy New Year. If I had one wish for you this year, it would be this. I would love for you to really start living big, not do more or become someone new. I would love for you to wake up a little bit more inside the life you're already living. And I'm going to show you exactly what that means, why now is the time, and the 3 reasons why living big matters so much, now more than ever. So, here we go. Here's the thing about starting off a new year. For some of you, this feels hopeful, like a fresh start. But for others, it can feel like a pressure. I should lose weight, be more productive, finally get my life together. But living big has nothing to do with any of that. Living big means you make a conscious effort to become more awake in your life, more aware of what you're thinking, feeling, saying, and doing. And in order to do that, you have to take yourself off of automatic pilot and put yourself on manual. Because when you're living your life on autopilot, it feels like life is just happening to you and you're just going through the motions. One day just turns into the next. But when you're flying manually, you cannot zone out. You've got to be vigilant. You got to watch all the controls and be ready for anything, because you are literally flying by the seat of your pants. You've got to be more awake, more aware, and when you are, guess what happens? You start becoming more alive. It's so much more thrilling living your life on manual than letting your life just glide along without noticing it. And here's why living big matters so much. Number 1, because staying asleep is costing you. Every day you're on autopilot, you're missing your life, your joy, your peace, and the excitement of being fully present and alive. And it's also costing you the reason you came back here in the first place, which is to evolve and grow. And you can only grow when you're awake. So staying asleep is costing you precious time. Time you can't get back in this lifetime. Now, reason number 2 is actually the game changer here. And you'll see why in just a second. All this emotional and spiritual work that you've been doing, the reading, the growth, the videos that you've been watching, thank you very much, and the awareness that you've been building, this time, right now, in your life, is what it's all for. Whether you know it or not, your soul has been preparing for this moment for years, and here it is. And you're not here just to learn more about a higher consciousness. You're here to live from it. This is the year you've been waiting for, you to use what you already know. You haven't come this far to only come this far. Now is the time to put into practice living your truth. And number 3, as I mentioned this in my last video, it's time to live big because you are needed now in this world. It may look like the world is falling apart and you can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But we all know that sometimes it takes things to get worse before we wake up and get better. And believe it or not, more people are waking up. More people are questioning the old ways that no longer work, the distractions, the pretending everything is fine when it's not. And here's what I love seeing more than ever. More and more people are hungry for truth, for meaning, for depth. More people are waking up to spirituality and becoming more conscious of a bigger picture. And there is definitely a shift that's happening in the world, no matter what it looks like right now. So when you choose to become more conscious, when you wake up inside your own life, when you start living from a higher perspective, you give others permission to do the same. And then you become part of this shift. So, how do you wake up and live big? Well, there's lots of ways. But what I'm going to show you today is just 3 things, and it may be simpler than you think. But it's a great start. And you can try to do all 3 things this year, yay! Or just pick one and do it every day. And the first one is this. Start paying more attention to your feelings. Don't let them slide by without you noticing them. And here's why. Because the way you feel is your indicator of how connected or disconnected you are to who you really are, your higher self, your soul. So anytime you're feeling love, joy, patience, non-judgment, and compassion, all the soul qualities that you possess, you are in total alignment with the God in you. And when that happens, you will notice how your life flows so much easier. You're so much happier. And even when challenges show up, you meet them without collapsing. And when you're not feeling that way, when there's tension, irritation, judgment of yourself or others, that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means you're identified more with your human self. But these negative feelings are important because they're signals letting you know that you have drifted away from your deeper nature. And all of us do that every day. It's part of being human. But the more you become aware of it, you now have the opportunity to do something about it by meeting yourself with a little more kindness instead of judgment. Now, this next one, number 2, this is where most people resist, but it's also sometimes where the biggest breakthroughs happens. As you start paying more attention to your feelings, now pay stricter attention to how you treat yourself, not just physically, but emotionally. Let's face it, there are times you don't talk to yourself very kindly or treat yourself with love. We've all been there because we've been programmed to feel like we're not enough, and we've ended up believing that lie. So we criticize ourselves, we judge, we hold ourselves to impossible standards. This is what has to change if you want to live big, because it's time for you to stop remaining small and making yourself feel like you're not important in life. Living big means claiming your worth, not only as a soul, but as a human being, which means you must stop and catch yourself in the act of judging yourself. No more beating yourself up about anything. Instead, you must start treating yourself as if you're someone you absolutely love and adore. And that is what will bring you back into alignment with who you really are. And when you start doing this, even just a little, number 3 happens. And this is the part that actually changes the world around you. Because once you start treating yourself better, now you start treating others better as well. And you do this by putting into practice something that's really going to challenge you. But it's imperative if you want to start living big. And it's this: judge no one. Told you it was going to be hard. And wish everyone's soul well. So the person who cuts you off in traffic, wish them a safe journey and wish their soul well. The person you can't stand who aggravates you to no end, you don't have to like them, but you need to wish their soul well, because somewhere there is a light within them, just like in you. You see a stranger walking down the street, hey, wish their soul well. That family member who drives you nuts, wish their soul well. You see, this loving energy of wishing someone's soul well goes out directly to that person, and whether they feel it or not doesn't matter. What matters is that you sent it. And this is how you act like the incredible soul you are, because now you are practicing oneness. So this new year, I'm not inviting you to fix yourself or asking you to set better goals or become someone new. I'm inviting you to wake up a little bit more. If you want to live big, here's what I'm asking of you. You are not here to be perfect. But if you can be 1% more awake and aware next week than you are this week, just 1%, now you are really getting somewhere. Because that 1% next week then becomes 2% the week after. And then something really wonderful happens. Every week, you'll start getting 1% better and better, and when those weeks start adding up, you are going to start feeling more alive than you ever have before. You'll notice you're handling things with more ease. You'll feel more in control of your emotions and your life. You'll make better decisions. And stress will no longer be something you're comfortable with. And you'll actually start loving who you're becoming. I guarantee it, because it cannot be any other way. Living this way feels so much better than living on autopilot. So pay attention to your feelings, because they help you know exactly where you stand, either in your human self or in your soul self. Treat yourself like someone you love. Remember you're a magnificent soul and act like it. You see, you don't live big by changing your life. You live big by waking up inside it. You've been preparing for this, so now is the time, and this is your year. Yay! It's finally time to live big. So if this resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe, like, and comment. And if you like this video, you might like this one too. You changed someone's life and never knew it, where I explain your life matters far more than you realize. So as always, I am wishing your soul well, knowing without doubt that there really is no one worth knowing more than you.